welcome to the Batch Lady, and we are here today in Ross Dougal's fish shop. Is that what you would call it? Ross Dougal's fish shop? The People's Fish Shop. And I am here today with the lovely Brooke Dougal, who batches all the time, which we absolutely love. And it's January. We've all had lots of excess over Christmas, so we are here looking at fish. Different, quick, easy ways to make fish. Now we're quite far away, I've got two different cameras set up, but we're going to try to make some fish up here and just generally show you what we'll do. I might even do it at home again, the recipe, and let you see top down what it actually looks like. But we're not doing a recipe for this video, so there's going to be lots of these videos going out. Throughout the next sort of week, you're going to see lots of fish videos from this shop in People's. So come in and visit us if you are watching the video, and I'll be running a special promotion at the end of this video, so do look out for that. But this is our first 3-minute video, and Brooke is going to help me because the glamorous Brooke, you'd never believe that you're a fishmonger. How did you get into being a fishmonger?
It was through my family. My dad has been a fishmonger for about 25 years, and my mum as well. And I think it was pretty random actually. One day they were in People's for a day out, and they came across this shop, which was, I think it was like a pyjama shop at the time.
Right.
And they came in to ask the owner where the fish shop was, and he said, there isn't a fish shop in People's, but this shop's for sale. Would you like to buy it?
Here you are, and
So,
here
yeah.
they are, and they've been here for how many years?
3.5 years now.
3.5 years, and always fresh every morning. And your fresh fish is coming from Eyemouth,
Coming
is
from
that correct?
Eyemouth, I bring it every day.
And you've got another shop somewhere else.
We do. We have another shop in Dunbar. So
In Dunbar. So if you're in Dunbar, if you're in People's, pop in and see Brooke and her family and give them a chat. Now, so 3 minutes video, and what we're going to do today is we are going to look at different types of fish. We all know fish, salmon, monkfish, but what we don't often know is what's the cheaper alternative to use. So I know salmon, okay? So I cook with salmon all the time. So if I'm putting my salmon in a parcel with some other stuff, what is another alternative that I could use instead of salmon?
Instead of salmon, you could always use something like the trout.
So where's the trout? What does that look
down
like?
Here in the corner. I'll just grab.
Whoop. Hold on, we're falling apart. Stay with us. It's because I've put Batch Lady stuff all over
everywhere.
Brooke's lovely counter. Okay, so we're just going to reach in and have a look at the trout. So this is the salmon that we would usually be cooking with, okay?
So that's the salmon fillet compared to.
So that's the salmon fillet, and can you get the trout fillet? So, okay, so the trout fillet's going to be thinner. Now, do we take the skin off that?
For cooking, I would always recommend leaving the skin on.
Leave
I
the
think
skin
it
on.
cooks better with the skin on, and then at the end, if you want to remove it. If you
And when
prefer
it's
it
being
without
filleted
skin.
like this, does it have any bones in it?
The trout, the rainbow trout like this, sometimes can have little pin bones going right down the centre there. So just be careful for those if you are.
And then what do we do? So we want to take the bones out. Can we just cut down that section?
What I
take
would
the bones
do
out?
is just get, well, what we do here in the shop if we're pin boning is we get a little pair of tweezers, and just, it does take 5 minutes to do a fillet, but just take every single little bone out.
Okay,
And then it's completely
so when you're filleting this, you can either get the tweezers, or if you're like me and you've got no time, you just cut down that tiny bit and you lose a bit of the fish, but then you've not got any bones. So that is trout. So we might do a recipe on trout later on this week, so watch out for that. That's great. Now, Brooke, one of the things that I like to do is I love to cook with monkfish, and we've got a few recipes going out this week, I think, with monkfish, but it's expensive.
It is.
What is the cheaper alternative to monkfish?
We stock a fish called sea cat, which is pretty similar in texture to monkfish. So what would you say is, if your recipe requires monkfish but you're on a budget, you could always use something like the sea cat. This is a smaller fillet today. Usually they are a little bit bigger and thicker.
Okay, so for instance, if I had this and it was going to be like monkfish and it was slightly bigger but maybe not big enough, what I tend to do is fold it over like that, and then it becomes very much like a monkfish parcel.
Yes.
Tastes the same as monkfish?
It's very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar to monkfish.
Where's it caught about?
We get this from a boat in Shetland.
In
so it's
Shetland,
North Sea.
right. And we can just use it exactly like monkfish, exactly as we would. What's the difference in price? Is it a lot cheaper?
The price, well, we'll tell you the price for monkfish is at $21.95 a kilo, and then the sea cat is at £15 a kilo.
Okay, so we're talking about a kilo, so that's a lot, but a lot cheaper. A good, fair difference if you're using sea cat. I've never cooked with sea cat. I love coming and doing stuff like this. Very much like the butcher videos I did. you know, you get to see all this different stuff. Thank you, Brooke. I'm going to give you that back. Now, I do want to ask you, this huge big fish here, Brooke, what is that?
That's a whole
It's a massive fish. We're just going to lift it up to show you.
So we have one like this today.
Wow, look at that. A
They
whole
do come
place.
a lot bigger than that as well. Sometimes we can't even fit them on a tray.
Oh my goodness. Right, so as a batch cook, I wouldn't know what to do with that. What do we do?
Place.
Yeah.
Well, it's already been gutted for you. We always have all of our whole fish gutted and cleaned for you. So what I would do with this is probably roast it in the oven.
Right.
Whole on the bone.
Whole,
It
like
tastes
that,
a
right.
lot better coming on the whole fish than it would on the fillet. So I would just give that a wash and maybe put some lemon juice, salt and pepper and some butter on the skin, and then I would wrap it in foil and just roast it in the oven.
Gosh,
That
that would
size,
be
maybe
fab.
half
If you look at my
an
big
hour.
French board, you know, half an hour in the oven, you put it on with a great big salad and then
Yes.
you just sort of peel it off. So if you're into fish, then give this a go. So that was, what one was that?
Whole place.
Whole place. Just shows you, I don't really know anything about fish and I cook all the time. Now this looks good down here, tuna.
Tuna.
So I want to cook fajitas this week, fish fajitas. So so I usually use cod. What else could I use if I was going to use fish fajitas?
For fish fajitas, you could, the cod's always a good one because it's nice and meaty. And
Yeah.
then you could use something like the collie as well, which is another cheaper alternative to like a white fish.
Okay, so collie, good. So cheaper alternative
cheap
to
white
cod.
fish. Yeah, good for fish pies, fish curries, things like that, because you can sort of cut it into bits and it'll hold together quite well. And your fajitas it would work for as well.
Fantastic. Okay, so when I'm doing my fajitas, in fact, we'll do them today from the fish shop. So watch out. It won't be on this video, but it'll be on the next game one. And we will use collie instead of using cod, and we'll see how easy it is and make sure it's cheaper. So thank you very much, Brooke, for telling us about your fish counter. Everybody, stay tuned for the whole week. There's going to be lots of different ones coming, as I said. Now, after this airs, so we're in mid-January. This is coming out to air next week. Come into the shop. If you send a picture of you cooking with Brooke's Fish and batch cooking, I'm going to leave 10 of my lovely bags here, my batch lady bags, if you can see. I'm going to leave 10 with Brooke. The first 10 pictures that go up on my Facebook, send me a message of them using Brooke's Fish, and Brooke will make sure that you get a bag from the shop. So make sure you send it in and I'll send Brooke your name and you will get a bag. We've only got 10 to give away, so make sure you're first in. Thank you very much for watching The Batch Lady in Ross Dougal's Fish Shop with the lovely Brooke.